Hi all, this is Simona Rich, and I think this is going to be the last video that I made in this day. As I told, I'm making these videos because it's raining, so it's really good because I have more time to share with you what I was thinking about recently. And in this video, I would like to give you some tips about how to stay positive even if it's really difficult. And I'm giving this advice in response to what I see in Lithuania, because people are so miserable, you will not believe. In England, it is told that people are unhappy. You should go to Lithuania and then you will see real unhappiness. People are miserable, and it's even worse. You're not even miserable. They're aggressive and angry like some dogs. And I'm not being rude, I'm just telling the truth. Even in the eyes of people, you see three things. You see stress, anger, and aggression. They're like hurt animals, aggressive hurt animals. And there is no awareness, self-awareness at all. And people tend to look only at the negative side. As I told in one of my previous videos, people don't look for how things can be done. They look for reasons why things cannot be done. So they're totally pessimists. And it's important to understand that even though you may have a really hard life, like maybe you have very little money, maybe you have to deal with negative people, maybe the circumstances are really challenging. Even though these things are true and all these things are happening to you, you still can be positive. And I was talking about this with my cousin recently. She told that I basically told her my amazement at the level of anger and aggression in people, and I told that people are like wild animals and not like humans. And she said, of course they are, because the life is really hard. And I said, even though the life is really hard, you can still remain polite and positive. And she actually took some time to think about this, because it's the first time that she heard such a thing. So she actually had to stop and mentally process what I just said. So these are the kind of people that you meet, that you find in Lithuania. So even though life can be really difficult, really challenging, you can still remain positive. It doesn't have to affect you. You don't have to go down to that level. If people are aggressive and angry around you, you don't have to become like this. You don't have to unconsciously follow that evil, that vibration, that energy, and become like that. You don't have to do this. You always have a choice of whether to be polite or impolite, even in the most challenging situations. You can still retain that self-awareness and direct yourself in a way that you intend for you to act. You don't have to be like the rest of the world. Like Buddha, the symbol of Buddha is the flower of lotus, because it grows out of mud, but it's not soiled by the mud. It's still as white as snow whilst in the mud. It grew out of mud, but it's so beautiful. So it's the same with us. Even though we can be surrounded by evil people around who are totally unconscious, we can still be the perfect examples of how humans should act. We don't have to become like them. We don't have to be soiled by those evil animalistic qualities. We can remain good and polite, even though the life is hard. It's not related. It doesn't have to be related that if life is difficult, people become evil. It doesn't have to be related. We can choose how to act. And if we choose to act in a positive way, even though the life is really hard, actually we're helping ourselves to get out of those negative situations. And if we remain, and if we allow those negative situations to influence us, and we become evil as a result, well, then we get stuck. There's no way to get out. Because if you keep that vibration high, it will take you out of those situations. But if you don't do this, you will be stuck. There's nothing that can lift you up. So especially for people who spiritually progress fast and they want to get awakened, they want to get liberated, things are not going to get easy. They are going to get really hard because you're processing all your karma as fast as possible. So you will experience challenge by challenge by challenge. So you have to still remain positive. This is what keeps you going up. If you allow those circumstances to affect you, you're going to fall. There's nothing that will lift you up. So this is the only thing that drives us upwards, that eventually will take us out of those situations, to remain good. No matter what the situation is, no matter what circumstances we find ourselves in, if we remain positive, we have this good energy, and it won't resonate with the energy that's evil, and eventually it will take us out. This is the law, this is how it works. So we don't have to be influenced by anything that's happening around us, and if we don't, eventually this will take us out of those unhappy situations. So this is all I wanted to share with you in this video. I hope it was useful. Take care.